Welcome to DIY Dad's Pats channel. Sit back and enjoy with a brew, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Task today is going to be trying to get this windowsill ready. It's going to need a bit of sanding down first, getting rid of things, a bit of filling. It's all been sanded already, like smooth around these edges here. Probably just going to take a bit more of a bull nose off this one here, not too much, so it's only quite subtle. And get that on there and get the window plastic trim onto it, get it all primed in and hopefully into some finish coat. But the cupboards are looking good and it's just right next to the cupboards, so it makes a nice transition. So I'll start out with the 120 grit, well actually with the 80 grit, then the 120 because there's like a couple of high spots on here. Hit them with the 80 first and then the 120. So I just hoover it through and scrape all the plaster off that was on there. Make sure to dust down the window as well. I'll give that a good wipe down when I've done all the sanding again. And I'm going to use this Mirka because it's very good with the actual extraction onto it and gives a good finish to it then. So I'm going to hit the edge, a bit soft to the front. So, sand it through. Once it's sanded through, it needs dusting down again. Gets one coat of primer first. You can see the corners come out much nicer now. This has been in now since we actually did the house with the windows, but if you hit it with that sander, you get it like a nice even finish onto it. Because all the prep's in the sanding and preparation for a good finish paint job. So I'm going to get some filler mix primer on. Then once the primer is dry, get some filler into those. And on that side. And around all the edges. What I tend to do to get a good finish on is I use a foam roller to put on the base coat. Or primer as we call it. I'm using Leyland. So Leyland trade paint is a really good paint. Well worth invest the money in good quality paints because it does makes a difference to the finish, even though you know some people don't think so. I did shake that earlier on, so it's shaking well through. What I'm going to do is pour some myself into a paint tray. Never go straight out of the bucket. If you go straight out of the tub, you end up getting all sorts of dust and dirt into it. Probably going to be more than enough. I have to find a couple of other things I need to probably prime around the house to go around. So, yeah, get the lid back on again, keep it dry. Paint back into the bucket rather than leaving it outside. So I load my brush in first. I'm going to go around the edges, cut them in. Now some people would go and mask off the window and everything like that, but what I'm doing is I'm just putting a neat line along it, and then what I'm going to do is before I put my coat of primer onto it, my second coat, I'll give the window a bit of a scrape down and clean to make sure there's nothing else on it and it's already in the position where I want it, because I can see there's bits of plaster on there and stuff like that. they have a real clean, crisp edge down there. Because it makes a massive difference doing things the correct way. You see a nice finish. So this brushes out really nice. It's got great coverage as well. I'm not filling any gaps with it, because what I do with them is I will put a mastic into it. So there's a mastic called Flexible. I don't know the name. I'll do it on the screen when you see it. Just ensuring there's paint inside that joint, so when I put the primer on, because if you try and fill MDF without priming it, all you're doing is sitting the primer, sitting the filler on top of the MDF, and then what it'll do is it will just break away. So I got told this by a painter and decorator, always prime before filling. I hope it's something stuck in there somewhere. Edges are always really heavy. You know, they soak it like mad. Lack of my videos of latest at my full-time job teaching is marking season. Coursework ending and marking. So I'm doing this today on a Saturday, just trying to switch off from doing that. You need to find a low balance there. That's always good. So, come around there and have to move the camera. little imperfections like that will show up in your paintwork if you don't get them up. So the edge is really heavy soaker, so I'm gonna have to try it. Oh, don't put your hand into the paint, because it's only primer. What I'll do there is, I think, see if I get the roller underneath the edge. And because it's soaked in so well, I'm going to straight away put a second coat onto it. Now I know that this works. I've done this at my own house, and I should have done YouTube ages ago because I could have filmed so much content doing my own renovation, but I will be doing my garage renovation. That will be coming up. Well, not garage renovation. I'm doing a complete new build there of a garage. It's going to be my sort of kind of dream workshop. a little bit underneath there. Oops, wipe it off the new gloss work from the unit. The only thing is, a roller finish to a brush finish, you'll see a massive difference in it. I'll show you in a second there, close up. Okay, here we go. There you go. Definitely looks a lot different than when we first started. And that's only primer on there. Oops, some on the wall there. Wipe it off. Get the roller on that. There we go. Still a tiny bit there. Gone. That's the nice thing about water-based paints. Wipe off.